Peace and love. Sending you all positive energy, high vibes, success on your entrepreneurship, all love, all positivity. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You hit the like button and you leave me any comments, any questions, and also any requests in my description below. Angel number 21 was just online. Today, I'm going to be speaking about the energy we are in today. Today is Tuesday, and Tuesday is governed by the planet Mars. When we think about Mars, we think about passion, action, drive, ascension, focusing on being powerful, tapping into individuality, tapping into our willpower in order to create beautiful things. Okay, so it's like a breakthrough of courage, passion, fire, warmness, solidification, movement. Okay, it's all about that radiance of the warmness dealing with Mars energy. Mars is symbolic to the color vibration red. As we think of red, red has that energy of love, because I always think of Valentine's Day. It has that energy of passion, drive, fire, and warmness to it. Okay, so it's also symbolic to the boldness, bright ideas, bold, tapping into being unapologetic and tapping into the true essence of the soul. You know, from my personal experience, we can only be who we are. Okay, so for an example, everything that I do, I use great integrity. Okay, it was a lady, and she worked at the post office. She found over like $25,000 inside of the mail, and she returned it to the person that is supposed to that it was. She returned the mail back of the money, and she was a person that held great integrity because she didn't lie about it, and she had no plans on keeping the money. That's a person that have great integrity, honesty, and a loyal character. So we always want to be familiar to tap into the energy of operating out of the true essence of the soul, of how we feel, of what our character is, and walk proudly. And everyone is not going to agree, you know, but that's okay, because sometimes they don't. But long as you are being exactly who you are. You know, I had a lady, she was saying something about smoking yesterday, and I'm like, no ma'am, I don't smoke. And she was like, well, a little later she said, I hope I didn't offend you. I said, no, you didn't offend me at all, because that's who you are. You know, we have individuals that do whatever they do, and that's up to them. That's them living in their true divinity of their character. Okay, and that's how I operate. You know, I don't knock or down no one else for doing what they do. Okay, I used to have a time, I used to connect with the ancient ancestors, and I took the smoke and I didn't inhale it from a cigar, and I spread it out to the ancient ancestors. I even went to cigar places just to connect with them and show my honoring by using cigar smoke. Now, we have some ancient ancestors that do not smoke. And we have some that love smoke. And that's fine. Okay? That's just like me. It's certain things that I cannot inhale in my body. Okay? Like yesterday, it was a strong pollution of some type of chemical from a vehicle in the air. I can't inhale nothing that is unnatural. That's a chemical. Okay? And some things that are natural, my body don't like it. And that's just who I am. But if someone like to sniff paint, we have people that love the smell of paint. Okay? Paint is considered to be a chemical. That's fine for them. Great. But I can't inhale it because I will be messed up behind it. 555 on the clock. So I can only do what's best for me. And I do not like to get wrapped up in the energy of separating myself just because I'm different and just because I'm not doing the same thing as you. Okay? Fill your cup up and let it overflow. That's the type of energy I hold. That's the type of character I operate out of all day, every day, of being an honest being with great integrity. And that's just how I operate. That's just me. And I'm going to be me and I'm going to do me to my fullest potential and to my highest vibration. Because that's the only way that I can create that external integration as a unit of being one within myself and being confident within myself. Okay? That's my passion. And also my fire, masculine energy and drive within me. Okay? So we have some great energy today dealing with Mars energy. And the sun is just like beaming down on me, you all. But I know you all can hear me. If my picture gets a little blurry, just bear with me. Now, as I was saying, we have red that's connected with Mars. Mars governs Tuesday. So we can take on the color vibration and add it on our journey of red. It's going to help us to embody that power, that courage, that fire, that warmness, and accessing the true divinity within. We also can take on the herb of dragon blood. As we think of dragon blood, it's seen to be in a maroonish, reddish color. I know that was the color I always got when I was doing my dragon blood. We also can use an incense or use the powder. Now, the powder and the incense was used in ancient days for great healing properties. When we're dealing with dragon blood, it's used during spell work to help us to increase the passion, the fire in our love life. Also, to harness the energy of abundance, being able to increase our money, our opportunity, and our passion and our drive by incorporating dragon blood on our journey. It's also great for healing the skin. It actually heals bites, also heals the organs in the body, good for diarrhea. It's also great for blisters as well. And soon as we add like 10 drops of dragon blood in a great conjunction of carrier oil. I always used to use grapeseed. It's really good. Extra virgin olive oil have one of the most highest expiration dates. It don't go out. You know, it's abundant with extra virgin olive oil. So it gives us a longer time to be able to use our products if we use extra virgin olive oil. It doesn't expire quick. So you can use that and add 10 drops of dragon blood inside and make a carrier oil, shake it up. Make sure you always put it in a dark space. If you're trying to use it quickly, 3 days will be great. And also 5 days or whatever, however long period of time you can go for is great. But the longer time, the better when you're conjuring up in conjunction for healing purposes, okay? So we also can incorporate ginger. Ginger herb is great, was used in the ancient days. All these herbs was used for healing properties, also mystical and spiritual properties back in the ancient days. Ginger deals with inflammation, also lowering bad cholesterol in the body, arthritis pain, bone pains as well, and it helps to improve blood sugar. So if you have a high blood pressure or diabetes, it helps to relieve the high blood pressure and diabetes. Also, it's great for inflammation, okay? And we also can incorporate 1111 on the clock, basil. Basil is a great healing herb. Basil is actually used for curing diabetes. It actually cools down the body. If the body gets too hot, we can actually take a cool cloth, add some basil to it, and it's going to help to decrease the heating of the body. Also, basil is great for shrinking tumors, helps with brain development, cancer, and it also has great minerals, iron, vitamin K, vitamin E, and it also removes inflammation and is great for skin problems as well, okay? Always be familiar with that. Also, cornelian is the stone that resonates with Mars energy, okay? Cornelian is seen in the color orange or red or either a deep red. It helps us to enhance the power of courage. Also, cleansing crystals. If you sit it by other crystals, it's going to cleanse those crystals. It has great healing properties, and it helps us to balance the lower 3 chakras: the root, the sacral, and the solar plex chakra. It helps to balance them out. It helps with positive change, and it helps us with being able to tap into our creative abilities and accessing the creative consciousness level to be able to ascend and to activate the power of courage, drive, passion, action, and momentum. The same energy of Mars is connected with the masculine energy. The masculine energy, 1313 on the clock, it's to deal with the energy of the physical, the builder out of logic, okay? The removing procrastination. We're dealing with the physical. We're dealing with the warmness. We're dealing with the electrical when we're dealing with the masculine energy, okay? So we always want to be familiar with that, okay? We also can incorporate the energy of black pepper. Once we're dealing with black pepper, it was used in the ancient days. It's used to enhance the power of other healing herbs. Once you put it together and you conjunct them, it helps to enhance the properties and the benefits of the power of the herbs. Also, it removes negative energy. It was used for over 5,000 years ago, and it actually is a spice. It's hot, so it warms things up, so it helps us to activate our passion, our drive, our ambition, our creativity, and it impacts the intensity of anything that we're doing once we are tapping into the energy of conjuring, because you always want to think of the energy of black pepper: hot, spicy, warmness, solidification. It's going to warm things up. It's going to help to push things out and to move them forward, okay? Has the energy of Mars as well. It's the masculine energy, and it gives us that courage, that passion, that drive, that devotion, and that action to get things going, to get things spicing up. Also great for love spells, to conjunct it with dragon blood. Also ginger. To conjunct them three would be great. 1313 was on the clock. 1515 on the clock. Okay. Always be familiar with that. So once we actually incorporate these powerful herbs on our journey, they resonate with the day of the week, which is symbolic to Tuesday. Mars has that warmness energy and that fire energy. So once we incorporate the herbs, cornelian, the stones, it helps us on our ascension with momentum to move forward, to create, to move forward, to be productive, to move forward and release all stagnant energy. Okay, 1600 on the clock. And once we do, we'll have that willpower. We'll have that warmness activated within us. Warmness is symbolic to the core. Warmness is the beginning of creation. It's connected with the sun energy. So it just shows us dealing with Mars, how to be creative, how to tap into the energy of being the master builder, building out of logic, building with passion, building with discipline, action, momentum, drive, courage. Also tapping into the energy of being stoic, being exactly who we are and accessing the powers we have within us. Okay? And we all have something great inside of us to be able to express externally and share the warmness and have it radiate throughout humanity to raise the frequency on the planet. So today I'm going to be speaking about the energy of dragonfly. And as I was reading the energy of dragonflies, I had a beautiful green and black dragonfly sitting on the right of me. Just as I was viewing the pictures of dragonflies and learning about them, I was like, wow, the universe is always communicating with us. We just have to be able to tap into the energy of what they're trying to tell us. Okay, it says magic, spontaneity, and change. And as we think about dragon eyes, they're known to have some of the largest beautiful eyes, and their eyes change colors just like their bodies do. They're seen in different colors. They're also connected with flying quickly, flying freely. So it taps us into the energy of looking at things with a bird's eye view, a broad view, looking at things from all angles of life. Like I said earlier when I was just speaking about it, somebody might not like what you're doing, but you might love it. And that's what you want to tap into. The energy of what's abundant for you, what's fulfilling to you, even though somebody is not going to like it. Everybody is not going to like what we do, and that's okay. We don't need to get upset about it. We just need to be able to agree to disagree, and to agree to unify and create divine unity amongst each other, to create that unity. Okay, so it tells us, look at things from a bird's eye view. Also, tap into the energy of being free. Free is the energy that we hold, that we are not attached to limitations. Okay, we are not attached to being controlled, but we more free doing what's abundant for us, what's fulfilling for us, what's high vibrating for us, and pursuing the path with inspiration, with drive, with passion, like Mars, with action, and with love. Okay, and that's what it's all about. It's about viewing things from a bird's eye view and being able to navigate throughout the universe and explore different aspects of ourselves, also the world, in order to become one, become whole with ourselves, and become whole with divine oneness of all. Once we have the understanding of ourselves and inner integration, we have the understanding of us all as a unit, as a collective consciousness, all here co-creating, prospering, creating, tapping into the energy of striving and working through the challenging moments, and just moving forward on the goal, on the aspirations, and just seeing forth with them. Okay, so dragonflies also has the energy of speeding, moving fast. They fly 60 miles per hour. So they fly really fast. They're known to be one of the most fast animals flying of the animal kingdom. Okay, they have a short lifespan. Okay, they last for a few months, so it's symbolic to death. When we think of death, we always want to think of transformation. We can have death every day. Death of an old way, death of a relationship, death of a career, death of a consciousness level, and it all is connected with the energy of knowing we are eternal and we're going to go through the process of death for ascension. Okay, so in order to ascend, it's going to require death. We're going to have the energy of death and rebirth in order to ascend to a higher level of consciousness. Okay, so once you see a dragonfly, it reminds you can be going through a tired moment. You could be going through a challenging moment, trials and tribulations, 222 on the clock, but never give up. Even though some seasons seem like they last forever, seasons always change. Okay, and dragonflies are known to use their pheromones to attract their mates. So they put off a scent that animals use to communicate to one another to attract their mates. Okay, and we all can connect with that energy because we are connected with the animal kingdom. So we have pheromones in our hair, and that's how we're able to attract our mates as well. Okay, now they're also known to be independent when we're dealing with dragonflies. So they love to tap into the energy of being self-sufficient, building a strong foundation, and they connect with the loner energy. And it's okay to be alone. It's okay to be an introvert in order to ascend, in order to become one and whole within yourself. But eventually you have to be able to tap into the energy of divine unity, because it's all about unifying, creating groups, and putting our differences aside, or putting them together in order to create a strong foundation of segregation. Okay, now they also have 4 different techniques of flying, because they have really long wings, and they use those for protection and also battles. And as I thought about the 4 ways of flying, I'm like, wow, this reminds me of the 4 pillars of the earth. So it's great energy, and it just reminds us, if we see a dragonfly, to tap into the energy of mystical and power. They are connected with being mystical. Spontaneity is tapping into the energy of being fun, being adventurous, knowing exactly what you are deserving of, and seeing forth that you are moving forward on creating them. Okay, creating great techniques and plans in order to pursue your goals. Okay, and it tells us, it has the energy of death heavy. So it reminds us to be receptive to change, open up, and be able to have the energy of new things flow into our life. Because once new things flow in, we learn different things. We perceive a different level of consciousness. We're able to navigate throughout the universe better. We're able to see things with a bird's eye view and see things on a higher level of consciousness, because we are presented with more ideas, different aspects, different ways to navigate throughout the universe. So it's always great to tap into the energy of change and not being afraid of change, and just opening up, being receptive, and being adaptive to change. So I love you all. I'm sending you all positive energy and high vibes. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You hit the like button, and you leave me any comments, any questions, and also any requests in my description below, and I'll be glad to assist you. I love you all so much, and I'll be back with more. Peace and love.